Well, thank you for joining us today. Tell me, first of all, when you first enrolled in the Goofin Around Keyboard Class, do you know how long ago that was?
Oh my goodness, I came with Michael years ago learning how to play keyboard, and I had to drop out for a while, and then when I came back, we had these lovely Lowry machines available, and voila, I am now a star.
So what brought you to the Lowry class to begin with? What made you want to take that?
Well, I always wanted to learn how to play an instrument, and I had purchased a keyboard, and I had no one to teach me, so I came here because we had the Goofin Around Keyboard classes beginning, and I enrolled in that. Oh, it must be 7 years ago by now, I would think, because I've been retired 3 years, so it has to be roughly that time.
So you started before you were retired even?
Yes, well, yes, and then I had to drop out for a little while. And then when I did retire, I came back here because I knew Goofin Around Keyboard Class was available, and then I discovered we have these fantastic machines to play on, and there you are.
So what kind of Lowry do you have now?
I now have a Journey, which I am enjoying very much. Learning how to explore it and find all the possibilities, and it has a lot, you know. I haven't touched the essence of it yet, you know. I'm just kind of getting started good on it.
So when you first came to the Lowry Goofin Around Keyboard Class, were you nervous, or were you pretty excited to get started again, or?
Probably both a little bit, you know, although it's something I wanted to do, so it's kind of like, almost like starting a new job, but not quite, you know.
Yeah, meeting new people and working with unfamiliar equipment and all that.
Because I'm very shy usually.
I had not noticed that about you.
No, it's a great place for socialization too, you know, and your classes will vary with the peoples. You know, you'll have anywhere from 6 to 22 of us sometimes, and it'll all rotate around.
So you've met some new people and made some new friends as a result?
Yes.
What do you like about coming to classes?
Well, that and learning new songs. It's always a challenge. Not everything we play is my liking, of course, but that's why we have a varied thing. I've enjoyed the new Red Book series, Blue Book series, which we're going to hit number 4 Blue Book for number 4. And as we progress, we get a little bit harder to play, but most of us tend to play what we like. And there's plenty of challenging music to learn on, you know. But
what kind of music do you like to play?
Oh my goodness, mostly ballads, I would say. Although my favorite music is Southern Gospel Quartet music, but most of that is played so fast there's no way that I could learn how to do that in my time frame. But ballads that I grew up with, say from my high school years, was a lot of ballad music, and I liked that. And then I liked the old country honky-tonk music, Patsy Cline and all them old-time people that were old when I was young. Long dead now, but yeah, Hank Williams, Johnny Cash, and people I can't even remember.
Well, and some of those are a little slower. You could probably play some of those.
Yeah, Patsy Cline. Mm-hmm.
So what are your favorite songs that you've learned
Oh
so
my
far?
goodness gracious. One of my most challenging ones I think I've had so far is Marty Robbins' El Paso, because that's a pretty fast tempoed song, the way I remember it being sung, and that's one of my favorite types. And of course we all collect songbooks here at Garten's, and Christmas time we trade them out and get something new to play. And I like polka music too. I mean, my interests go from A to Z, from ABBA to ZZ Top, and everything in between. So it's like most people, you know. But as I stated earlier, most of us tend to stay with the stuff we like, you know.
Yeah.
Mine is ballads mostly, but some country and western music. More of the old stuff than the new.
And you mentioned trading music at Christmas time. That would be at the organ club
Yes.
luncheon, correct? And you are a member of organ club and life club, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. What keeps you coming back and involved in those groups?
Oh, guys, just the people. They're so fun to be with. Have a positive outlook on life, which is good for senior groups. And they learn how to play the music too. And it don't matter whether they play well or not. It's just the pure enjoyment that they're out doing something. You know, playing music and having fun with each other.
And then for a while, Deborah was taking lessons here as well, wasn't she?
Yes, she was. She's had some health problems, so it's kind of on the back burner for a while. Mm-hmm. She bought an auto harp this summer. So
oh, really? She was doing violin for a while, wasn't she?
Yes, and then she bought a guitar.
Yeah.
So she wants to get into it, but she has a lot of varied interests too. So, and music takes. If music was sewing, she would be a Stradivarius because she's so good at sewing, knitting and stuff. So yeah, she would like to do it.
Do you guys ever play together, or have you in
No,
the past?
she hasn't really learned how to do that yet. When she was in high school, she was in a music orchestra at the high school, and she was a first chair violinist. So she knows how to read music, which I do not. That's why I love our music that we play here in Goofin Around. It's all wrote out for us, so we know where the notes are at. If not, we ask a teacher, and they'll be glad to show us.
So you came in pretty much as a novice in terms of reading music or playing or anything like that.
When I was 9 years old, I took lessons from my aunt. I played one song, and I can still play it as badly now as I did then.
Did you take piano lessons?
Yes, for one summer. So that was pretty limited, and nothing for another 60 years plus, you know.
And I know you help Cindy a lot at outreaches and
yes, that's
other
fun.
Events like that. What's kind of the message that you try to convey when you go to those
well,
events
when
with
people
her?
come and see us, they see older people enjoying life, and it has a positive influence on them. Playing, I think most of it's country, but we had the big success, I think, with Wesley Friends that one time. Mm-hmm. And everybody seemed to enjoy it. They was crowding around pretty good there. So yeah, it's just a blast. It's a fun thing to do. Too bad we can't fold these instruments up, take them where we go, and then you just fold them back out and let her rip, you know.
So do you talk when you go to these outreaches? Do you talk a little bit, and then sometimes you play a little bit as well, correct?
Most times you're playing your song, people are busy with their friends and stuff. And then when they're done with the program, some people come up and ask it. Just has been limited on my end, but I do talk to people about Garten's music and their programs that they have available.
Yeah.
So I try to encourage them to come. It's so much fun.
Do you ever get nervous playing in front of a bigger crowd?
Of course, just like in class. But after a while, the more you do it, the less nervous you are, especially on a song you like and that you can play fairly well, you know. We're not concert pianists by any means. Most of us are not. And like I said, it don't matter. We're in a Goofin Around Keyboard Class, so we can play that music any old way we want to. As I told Mark, our teacher, we play it the Frank Sinatra method. We play it our way. regardless of what the music says, we're going to play that song our way.
choose whatever rhythm style.
Yeah, just let her rip. I imagine it drives Mark crazy sometimes, but but that's why they call it a Goofin Around Keyboard Class.
Could you goof around?
Yeah.
If you were talking to someone, perhaps at an outreach or perhaps elsewhere, who was thinking about taking the class but felt a little reluctant or a little nervous about it, what would you say?
Oh, I would encourage them by all means to give it a shot. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. It's like learning to swim. You don't start off being a marathoner. You jump in the pool and start paddling, So yeah, I'm very positive on our programs we have here at Garten's Music.
So now that you are a little ways down the road and taking some more advanced classes, what would you say your music means to you at this point in life?
It means keeping me off the streets. Oh, wait a minute. It's a good. My wife loves for me to play. It don't matter if I don't hit all the notes all the time. She just likes hearing me play, and it's real good therapy, enjoyment. I don't need a lot, for that. I'm a pretty upbeat person anyway, so I don't play because I'm feeling bad or anything. I just like to play, Yeah.
How does it change your interpretation of music and your perspective on music to be able to make it yourself as opposed to just listening to it on the radio or watching someone else do it?
Well, we realize that there is a lot, or I do realize that there is a lot that goes into making a tune popular enough to sell. That if you listen to all the words and all the musical instruments playing in a song, it makes you appreciate how much it took for these youngsters to get everything all lined up so it sounds like something. If you throw all the notes in a barrel, how do you know which ones to put together to make, another song? Kind of like God Bless America. How did they come up with the notes, and Beethoven and all them people? How do you know how to do that? Well, we don't have to learn that part. We have it for us already in the books.
Do you feel like at this point you listen to music differently? I remember Bill Hall saying that he notices things that he didn't notice before he was a musician playing himself. Do you hear things maybe that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise?
Somewhat, although I've probably just liked hearing music anyway, and like I said, my tastes go from A to Z, so I'm always kind of listening to a bass player. What I really like to listen to is the old upright bass players playing in a jazz number, and how they make that baby really sing, and the new instruments we have now with the bass guitars and stuff. And I tell my wife once in a while, I say, listen to this bass guy, he's really working today on this song, because there's a lot of notes he's playing. Normally there's maybe 5 notes he's playing on a song, but this guy would be really busy. Yeah.
And so you can use kind of a bass sound on your Lowry when you want to.
Yes, I can. Yeah, I usually keep it all pretty neutral, but yeah, there's some songs like we got on song setups. Winter Wonderland has the beat like that, where the bass guy's really working.
Do you look forward to, you kind of mentioned Christmas earlier, the Christmas lunch and the exchange of music and other things that go on. Tell me about that day and what you enjoy.
That day is a gathering of 50 or better people, and Cindy will ask somebody to play for a little while somebody else is eating, and that's always enjoyable. Yeah, there's socialization with all the people. They're all for you. Don't matter how good or bad you're playing, they're all for you. That's what I like about our classes, that people don't criticize how well or not you play.
Or at the beginning, depends on how you structure your
Life's short, eat pie first. Eat salad at the end.